Hello guys, welcome back to another Donger deck discussion with Sith Holocron from the Dongers of Runeterra. Hope everybody is keeping well and the patch is now out, which means I can now discuss my brand new 4-cost Lee Sin Taric deck. And I think this is great. I think this deck can be, with a little bit of a tweak, this is my initial thoughts process on it. I think this has got everything that you need. I'm not going to call it the 1.0 any longer because it's now just Lee Sin Taric. And here's the deck. So we have got 19 spells, because you're going to need a lot of spells if you're running Taric and Lee Sin. So let's get extra spells. Let's get as much stuff as we can possibly get. And let's do things. And let me try and get people who are not understanding how Taric works to work. So I'm going to go through the two. But the first one we're going to do is Lee Sin. So initially this guy was a 6-cost 6/4. You had to cast 7 spells and he wasn't being played. The least used champion in the game. I have tinkered with him before. He was very good in certain decks, but very inconsistent, too expensive. His spell was too slow. Pretty much he was just a clunky character, a very slow champion. But once you got him, you probably, once you got him leveled up, he was just brilliant after that. But here's the change. Everything about Lee Sin has changed. Every single thing has changed. His spell has changed, his cost has changed, his power has changed, his level up's changed. He's a brand new champion. And I think he can be a tier 1/1. So why do I think he's going to be this good? Well, number one, he only costs 4 mana. That is a massive point reduction. I mean, we'd say point reduction because normally they get up or down a point. For instance, like Flash of Brilliance went up from 3 to 4 mana. This went from 6 to 4, a 2-point reduction. They're begging people to play Lee Sin. The person who created this is probably crying because he thought he had made a big champion. Now he's only a 3/4, and now he needs to cast 8+ spells, but you get him out cheaper. So tons of little cheap spells to keep him up. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, he had Dragon Kick as his spell. That was when we pulled him in. He kicked you, according with his power, into the Nexus. If you died, you did that much damage to the Nexus, but it was very slow. You had to set it up, and it was very, very slow. Not anymore, because there's a new thing called Dragon's Rage, which is pretty much the same thing. An ally kicks an enemy into the enemy Nexus, striking both if the enemy survives. Recall it. That's great. But this is his spell. Now, this is bonkers. So when you've got him just down, and you get another one, you give an ally challenger this round, so it's pretty much Sonic Wave. Create a fleeting resonant strike in hand, which is this one. These are all burst speed, by the way. And then you shuffle your Lee Sin back into your deck. Give an ally +2. So you can take something off. Say you've got a 3/2 and there's a 5/5 dragon, for instance. Challenge the dragon, give it this, kabang. Off you go. 3 damage, 1 dragon gone. And because you've cast 2 spells, Lee Sin will not only have challenger, he will have barrier this round. Lee Sin is brilliant. This spell is going to make this guy phenomenal. But we need more spells. So let's see what we can do. Gift Giver is fantastic. In fact, let's not even do anything else. Let's go to Taric. Let's do the champions first. Let's go away from our normal deck discussion and just go down to the left. Taric is also 4 mana. And he supports. But he's terribly stabbed at 2/4. The only thing is, once he supports something, him and his supported ally get tough. Can you imagine Taric supporting Lee Sin? I can. And I've played 1 game with this, and it was hilarious. And this deck's good. This deck is real good. Like, really good. We just trounced MF Scouts. Now, I know that the War Chefs has just been nerfed real badly, and that is a big loss to that deck. But if you copy the last spell you cast on to Taric in the round, and it can't be copied again, you level up. And that goes on to the person you're supporting. So let's just say we play Pale Cascade for 2. That gets copied onto the supported ally. And once you've targeted or supported ally 7 times, you level up. How can we get more cheap spells that support and target allies? Welcome to the Gift Giver, who gives you a gem at burst speed, costs 1, heal an ally 1, granted +1, can't be recast in combat or in response to a spell. That's as cheap as you're going to get. We're running 3 Gift Givers. She's a 1/2. She'll survive anything. An Omen Hawk won't kill her. A 1/1 Spider won't kill her. She's a good jump blocker. Really, really good. We've also got SPACEY Sketcher, so you can get a card to invoke a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. Take a spell. Take the spells. The spells are great. It doesn't matter what they are. You can stun 2 people. That costs 3, but that's not going on. So anything that you can get that you can put onto Taric, go for it. Because that's why we're running 3 SPACEY Sketchers. We're going to be doing an awful lot of spellcasting. As you can see, we've already got 19, but we get that now up to 22. Put another one down, we're up to 25, so we're doing quite well. I have the dragon cast 2 spells in the round to get a Dragonling. The Dragonling is ephemeral, and damage this unit deals heals its nexus that amount. When you're attacking, and then you get it back again, when they attack, you throw that out, you regain 2 nexus health, an automatic 3 of. Guiding Touch, heal your ally or your nexus 2. After a couple of battles, this is the one that you definitely want to be putting onto Taric when you're throwing him out. Or Lee Sin, just to keep him alive, or whatever. But both of these guys are fantastic, because what people do forget is that once you have leveled him, the supported ally and Taric can't take damage or die this round. They are pretty much, both of them got Unyielding Spirit, and Unyielding Spirit on Fiora was busted. On Taric and Lee Sin, that is absolutely mad. That's mental. You only have to do 7 times. A couple of gifts and a couple of these, and a few supports, and he levels up real fast. Believe me, he levels up super fast with all these cheap little spells. Guiding Touch will heal your ally or your Nexus 2, and you get to draw 1. There's no Nightfall condition, there's no nothing else. You drop the 2, you heal an ally 2. Even if he doesn't need it, you get an extra card. If the person beside you has taken 1 or 2 damage, that's fine. He's now completely back up again, healed to his full health potential, and you get a card. That is a brilliant spell for 2. One of my top 3 2-cost spells in Legends of Runeterra. However, this one, when you're attacking, is fantastic. So, if you can put down a really cheap thing, like a Gift Giver, for instance, you will then put this down onto Taric, and then throw Taric out with somebody else, supporting him. Both of them then get 2/1 this round, plus tough. If it's the second card or third card you play, you also draw a card. Another phenomenal good spell from Targon, because the spells in Targon is what is making Targon so damn popular, in my opinion, right now. This whole thing has just been fantastic for the game. Bastion will keep spell sheets. So if you know you're going to be hit by a deck that can do obliterates and all that sort of stuff, anytime they've got 6 or more mana total, this is a real good one to throw out onto anything at any time. Costs 3, but well worth the 3, because your unit's going to stay alive, and that's pretty good even when you're attacking. So if you think about it, in round 4 you're going to drop one of these 2 if you get them. Try and get something cheap. Keep your Gift Giver gems in hand, and things will go on lovely. Again, I now only ever run 2 hushes. This will create a fleeting hush in hand. In the next patch, in patch 11, it will probably go to 4 mana. And then if you were to do it again, it would probably go to 5. So hush will not just cost 3 when you get the fleeting hush. The fleeting hush will cost more. So while we can abuse it as it is intended from the design point of view, 2 of, because once you've used it once, if you only have 1 copy, that's not good enough. You need to hush anything, and it's silence a unit. That's champions as well. Goodbye everything. It's fantastic. It is just a fantastic card. While it's 3, take it. Mentor of the Stones is the other one that gives us, guess what? More gems. And when it dies, because it will die, look at the stats. That's a 1. That's a 1. But it's another support. And because it's another support, it's going to go into a support deck. And then you grant your supported ally +2/+2. Really good on Lee Sin. Really good on Taric. Because if you look at it, it's a 2/4 and a 3/4. These guys are not the hardest hitting champions you've ever had until you level them up. And then all of a sudden they become huge. Like, they just are horrible. Horrible. But we do need that +2 and the spells. So an automatic 3 of. And then an interesting choice, in my opinion. A good thing to do is try and get a lot of lifesteal. And for 3 mana, I can't think of any unit better suited than the 4/2 Tasty Fae Folk. Lifesteal, fantastic. That goes by the full power of your strike. Damage this unit deals, heals its nexus that amount. That's brilliant. When you fire that out, even if it dies, you have just made your nexus go from 12 to 16, or from 7 to 11, which can be the difference between a Darius leveling up, or you're possibly about to die. You put this one out first, you put it to where it needs to be to keep your thing alive. But in the 1 game I've played with this, I didn't even need it, but I guarantee you at some point we will. That is why this is also a 3. Another phenomenal spell costing 3. The Zenith Blade coming from the Daybreak thing. Drop this first onto Taric, then throw out everything that you've got. Your supported ally will also get it. It's a grant 1/2 and overwhelm on both for the round. You also get another Zenith Blade, so you can do it again the next round you attack. It only costs 3. It replenishes itself. You must play this card first to get the second Zenith Blade, and then once you've defended, put it out again. That is another phenomenal thing to do in this deck. But we're not running that amount of units. In fact, we're running 21 units, including our 6 champions. So to be able to stun people, to get a Tail of the Dragon that is essentially a great card for 3, is superb. So if something huge is coming down, like a massive ASOL or a really furied through dragon that's now sitting at like 10-6, stun it. Get the 3/2. Get the 3/2 to do some work for you. And it saves you for the round. We've got 3 of those because it is far too good not to have. We've already talked about Lee Sin and Taric in quite a lot of detail. Putting the gems onto Taric will help you level him up. If you can put 3 onto him for 3 mana, that's 3 out of 4. If you can support twice, that's 5. 1 Zenith Blade and 1 further attack, and he's leveled on that attack. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. You can actually throw out something that isn't going to die. And then the last 3 cards in a spell-heavy deck, these cost 2 if you cast 2 spells last round. We are playing Lee Sin. We want to be doing at least 2 spells as soon as he's on the board, because not only does it help him, it helps Taric, it gets you an extra lifesteal unit from the Dragoling. This is my Lee Sin Taric brand new 1.10 deck done. So I'm going to share this clip to the pinned comments underneath this very video. My name is Sith Holocron. Thank you so much for watching this Donger deck discussion on a brand new deck with a brand new champion with a brand new spell. Is it any good? I genuinely think it's really good. Thanks for watching. Come and join us at the Dongers of Runeterra. Free things and all of our social medias and things are in the pinned comments too. Until next time, Dongers out.